I'm here, Mario's here, Gary's here, Tom's here, Kathy is excused, Casey's here, Pat's here, Robin's here, Donna's here, Doug's here. Fiona's here, Ellen's here, we have Amy's here, Laurel's here, Dave's here, Dan's here, Karen is on Zoom, Brian Scott is here, Allison and John D. And okay.
Okay, so for Board of Ed, Mr. Berger's excused, Ms. Capabianca, Mr. Quarry,
Here.
Mr. Prentice excused, Mr. Ippolito, Ms. Papiano's excused, Ms. Honas here, Mr. Kisco's excused, Richardson's excused, Toder's excused. Phone, don't see her, we don't have a quorum, so it'll just be information only for the Board of Ed.
The building committee have a motion to approve the agenda. Gary, second.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Joint meeting. I have motion for the building committee to approve the June 16th minutes. Second, Gary. Discussion. All in favor? Building committee again for the minutes of June 23rd, which was the security meeting in executive session. Have a motion for the building committee to approve that. Second, Donna. Discussion. All in favor? Building committee?
Aye.
I opposed.
I abstain. I was not there.
Public? Okay, first item, discussion of ONG's guaranteed maximum price, GMP amendment for phase one site enabling construction. As you're aware, we signed the contract with ONG for the total project at what we thought was the construction price. And then now we go into the phase one, phase two, that we have to have the GMP. So the first phase is enabling. And Dan, you want to go through it?
Certainly can. So as Ed mentioned, the GMP is a document that amends the contract to a fixed figure. That's a guaranteed maximum price on the scope of work that's involved. So with phase one, we have a scope of work that involves our phase one contract.
My bad.
And so in addition to that, we have some specific line items that we have for mobilization. Go to the document to fix them. So that GMP amendment is a standard AIA form. And if you look through the standard AIA form, there's a backup involved. Schedule or exhibit A1 is the document that derives the cost of the work. So I can walk you through that A1 just quickly here. It's the cost of the bid package. We did establish two allowances in the first phase. These are allowances that are between ONG and the owner, and that is just in case. Where we saw some opportunities, some situational that may come up. The first is for some additional lighting. Should we get to a point where we may need an extra wall pack on the side of the building, make sure we have egress into the building. We carried an allowance there. And then because we are engaging now in the soil stabilization scope of work, we carried a $50,000 allowance for some unknowns. Below that is the general conditions reimbursables. There we have a figure that's backed up by a spreadsheet that's deeper in the documents. But that represents our staffing costs for the first 3 months of work, as well as mobilizing the equipment to the job. Everything is itemized there. There were two items that were excluded from our costs, so we identified them here as reimbursables. One was printing costs and advertising costs for the first phase bid. The second item was to pull the permit for the stormwater pollution control plan, in which we took the documents from the design team and we submitted on behalf because there's a review period and it needed to be in place prior to our getting started. And it is in place.
Just so you know, that figure is more than what it's anticipated. And if you, and that's why I had an argument. We had a discussion with them, and that's why on page 5 of 7, ONG's general conditions reimbursement shall not exceed 2.98% of construction budget. The phase 1 amount for CM reimbursements, as noted in Exhibit A1, exceeds this percentage due to mobilization costs for phase 1 enabling work. However, when phase 2 GMP is issued, the total of ONG's general conditions reimbursement shall not exceed the 2.9% of the total inclusive of phase 1 and 2. Okay, so we negotiated that. They needed money for, not needed, I should say, but the costs were that it was above the 2.98%. So that's why it's going to be deducted from the next GMP. These figures,
It won't be, it'll be the next GMP, it'll just be new numbers that are supersede all of that.
which is less than the month now. Also, we did have did meet and review the GMP, and those are negotiated items that are included from the bid. The bids showed certain items that are at a certain percentage, and you can see those percentages are there. So, yes.
Just for future, you say CM allowance, but that's not a. What happens if you hit something, they have to go over 50 cents? That allowance is not a number that you're going to cover anything over. That's, it may be right.
If it's more, there'll be a change order issue.
Correct.
If there's any unused funds, will be credited back.
Right.
But it could go over.
Not knowing what we're gonna hit.
Right. That's what I'm-
So the, just to clarify again, the allowances will be reconciled at the end of the phase 1 scope of work. And anything that's left or unused returns back to the owner. Should we run into a cost, we still process by change order and get authorization through this group to utilize any of those funds.
So you said these figures are elsewhere in the spreadsheet. Deep in here, but like where?
Where, okay, so that's specifically, that's the figure for the CM reimbursement that Ed was just speaking to, 265K. Once you go through the 7 pages of the GMP, the last being the schedule of drawing, the next page begins the general conditions process.
Okay.
Look to that value, there's in equipment and materials is the first page for general conditions. In the bottom right corner is 42,920.
Right, but where does that show up on here?
It's combined within the 265.
The next page.
So if you
It's
flip,
within the 265.
right, the next page, bottom right corner, top of the page, is a summation of staffing. So when you combine the 222 and the 42,920, you get to the 265.
Okay, gotcha.
Ed, you don't have a copy?
So
Yes, that's right. We can share it. Sure, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm just trying to
absolutely.
follow. Okay. Yes,
Yep, and then continuing down the page, the bonds and insurance are again set by the proposal that we submitted as the percentage is shown. Same thing with fee, same thing with contingency. So that for the first phase of work, we took the trade contractor cost, applied the appropriate figures, and the total amount is 3.5. And for backup, I provided a copy of the bid results, a schedule or exhibit B indicating what the allowances are. That's on page 3. Clarifications and exclusions are mostly boilerplate. There's really nothing to that jumps out here or is unique. So item number 11 describes the CM reimbursables are based on general conditions from 7/1 start to 11/1. The one earlier, I said 3 months, it was really 4. And then we try to draw your attention to, just a couple of things. One is that we had to shut down access to the stadium fields because there's really work going on at both ends of that back driveway. And so for everybody's clarity, that's identified here. A couple of little things. There's a few site poles that showed up on the drawings that weren't identified or didn't need to move in phase 1, so I will comment there. I'll draw to everyone's attention that the security scope of work for the 2 doors that now get card readers, we left that as an allowance. We had some trouble getting bids on bid day, so I had to reverse the bid process and instead carry a lump sum to the trade contractor, which turned out to be better as the scope of work is a little in flux as to which doors will utilize. And again, that's a trade contract allowance, which gets reconciled in the same way, where once costs are expended and known, then funds left or funds over it get presented to the committee for action. That's what I clarify in exclusion qualification number 18. Those are qualifications, exclusions. Last 2 pages are documents over to the general conditions of the staffing cost. And then there's the backup on the physical cost of a couple of items for the printing, advertising, and anybody questions?
As you know, with the field, it's been marked. It's been sent out website. Everybody knows about it.
There's work going on out there.
Good sign. Yeah, oh, yeah. And also, yeah, it was also, we moved that, moved the sign, so as you're driving up the side of it says field closed, thank you, and all that stuff. That's where the entrance will be when everybody drives up. Appreciate Dan doing hard work. It's the best comment I get.
And a press release did go out.
Right, the president, thank
So
you.
it was in the papers and stuff, so everyone knows.
Any questions? They're moving, as you can see, skate park is gone. Mario, I want to thank Mario for his diligence in conversations with the mayor, with Park and Rec, getting all that. Also, Park and Rec did take softball dugouts and so forth, which was a great thing for them to have. Mario was on that. So, what else did you Mario?
I do stuff every day.
I know he does.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Did they decide where the skate park is going?
No. Because Mario was so good. At one of the meetings, Mario brought renderings of what a skate park should look like. So hopefully, and then Norgatuck just putting in theirs at 250,000. So.
But they are thinking of going to the festival. For the new design bit.
Yeah.
You can ask the commissioner over here. It's fine.
No, that's unless something's changed, that's the last site I did.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Given the work that's starting, I know we were going to capture a lot of it on film. Are we capturing the load in of the site stuff or?
Yeah, the camera.
So, one, we did relaunch the building website, which is now accessible through Torrington.org. And there'll be a blog there that has all the construction updates. But also we're talking with Amy and Nick tomorrow, and we met with Mario and ONG last week to figure out where we're gonna place the cameras on the building. And tomorrow we're just going over the specs. We'll have a couple of cameras. We'll have a time-lapse camera. So where we'll be, as the building grows, we'll be able to see that as a time lapse, but also we're gonna have a live stream on the website that will be available. So it's coming soon.
Good, good.
The side of the building, the cameras will be there, and Mario is gonna look at it midnight to 3. I got 3 to 6.
Where did you say it's on right now?
I'm sorry,
Did you say a website? I missed.
TMHBuildingProject.org, or just go to Torrington.org, click building project. And the fly, Amy sent us the fly over and on there too.
We also will try to, ROTC has their own drone also, and they can fly it over. We're trying to do that. And also when they start the school, as we have a drone curriculum, so we're trying to do that too.
Yeah, we actually flew today.
Oh, yeah?
So we have images from today, so looking ahead, you may want to plan.
Okay.
Out of, another
Okay,
or so before you do another.
yeah, especially in the back, in the
Right.
parking lot. Right. Okay, any other questions for this? Yes,
Actually, will any of this go up on the high school's Instagram? Is there a way to put it? Because I know a lot of kids follow the school's Instagram. I mean, I'm just asking, I'm not, if it's a huge monstrous pain or there's different admins, but I know a lot of the kids follow it. It's actually, for a school site, it's really well updated.
Oh, yeah, it's Barbara Beatty, and she does a great job.
All right, yeah, I didn't know if just any updates were gonna be on the high school.
I'll talk to her.
All right, that was it.
okay. Can we have a motion from the building committee to accept this? The Board of Ed will probably have a meeting Monday afternoon, I think, because we have a city council meeting Monday night. So Gary moves to approve it. Got a second? Second, Pat. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next one is the MOU. Mario, again, something. This guy is, this week, he's really, yeah.
More job, for how many weeks? I just realized. Okay.
He just woke up. Just leave the guy alone. So the MOU's changed. I'll send out the new one. Changed in just 2 ways. And I highlighted in yellows. Everybody gets it. On page 2, number 1, we put in, again, remember we're building that the parking lot right away, so it's gonna be a lower level invested pond. There'll be 26 parking spaces available. And then number 3, after construction, we negotiated with the mayor, I should say Mario did, and we're gonna have 6 spaces dedicated for park.
So because we don't have exclusive control over those 6 spaces, does that affect our reimbursement at all? I know it would be probably be proportionately very
No, we're just giving
minuscule,
them approval to use that space.
We're doing the work.
Yeah.
Giving them license to use really the spaces.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
but the use of it is not, once you allow them to use it, it's open for public, so it's not, we can't.
No, that's okay. It's not really much different than the fact that the public can come and use the track and walk. They can come and park and back and use the tennis courts if you choose to allow that, so I think this is a very similar situation. We'd be okay. And
I mean, it's such a
very,
small,
very,
exactly,
very small.
negligible
Yeah.
effect if they, yeah.
And this is designated just after school hours, or you're saying that you're opening it to be
All the time.
It
So
should be,
it'll be
should be.
signed.
Sign.
Those 6 spaces will have signs the same way that handicap accessible spaces have signs. So they'll each have their own sign that says the best part.
So do we need to then amend it all, the whereas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, number 7, whereas, where it says that to qualify for school construction grant reimbursement, we must have written documentation that identifies we have exclusive use and control of premises during school hours. Except for, I mean, that giving up 6 spaces doesn't, but I don't think he did actually.
No.
Inside scoop. But, and it's very well written, whoever wrote it, but my question is that I just want to be clear, I don't think anyone would ever see, and it's 6 spaces, and I don't want to make a big deal about it. However, it says that we need this MOU because we need exclusive use and control of the premises during school hours. So if we give away 6, we no longer have that. Can we just maybe kind of qualify that whereas to just exclude the portions wherein that we're giving away? It's not a biggie, it's just closing up a minor.
Okay.
So how do you want that to read?
Yeah.
That's exclusive use and control of premises during school hours, with the exception of 6 working spaces or something.
Right,
Designated to. the
Designated
park and
here
rec,
in- yeah.
Department, or something like that.
So, okay, we'll make that change and we'll give it to the mayor tomorrow.
Or should you
Building
put-
committee, can I have a motion to approve? I'm sorry.
Just should you put city of Torrington use, just because technically they own all the property rather than Park and Rec?
I think our lawyers are still looking, so.
Carry the park.
They're lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, no, you mentioned something already, we're good.
Mentioned lessor, the comment about lessor in paragraph 8. Paragraph 8, it's just referencing
8.
lessor.
Yeah.
So something that says to be addressed one way or the other.
Don't like that.
Well, there's no lease
There's
agreement.
no, lease, yeah,
There's no
nobody's
dollar,
leasing
there's no
anything.
nothing.
There's no lease agreement. So,
Yeah.
So what should we do? Just,
oh, it should just be consistent. Is it being referred to as the,
By, as required by the city of Torrington.
yes. So it's been referred to in the first paragraph, yes, that would be the city or the city of Torrington.
yeah. Okay, thank you. It was under a quarter of an hour, so you don't get paid. Not like-
Now, so- Oh, just gonna run that now. Oh, my heart.
You got a compliment earlier, they had some, you asked.
Stop and talk to Dave and they went.
Can I have a motion for the building committee to approve with those 2 changes? Donna?
Sorry, just to hold up, but
Oh, okay.
I think the highlighted paragraph 3 is missing a word. Upon completion of the construction of the new school, the Torrington Board of Education and City of Torrington, there shall be 6, or, so I think we need agree.
Agree.
Agreed.
Agree, there shall be 6.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
I think it's okay. We'll leave it part of school.
No.
Look at it. And then we find out what it is. So, that's ridiculous.
So can I have a motion to approve it?
Motion to approve, subject to those 3.
Have a second? Second, Pat, thank you. Further discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Next one, analysis of payments. As you can look at it. We asked for $5,202,000. And we got $4 million, well, we didn't get it, we gave it to the city has it. And the only retainage is showing is $640,000, so.
Is that the 11%?
Well, they are so
Yeah.
different.
What's the
Retainage is less than 11% because they make changes. They gave us 80% on one, 77% on another.
Okay. But it's less than 11%
Correct,
hold that they
correct.
normally.
Correct. So I just sent in another one for the second phase of the Board of Ed, and that went in. And then the next one won't go in until we get some bills from O&G Infrastructure. But we're on their thing though. The other one that came in at 1.8, I put it in on June 1st and June 24th, we got the check. So they moved it. Then the next one is just where all the amounts are. And just give you all that, the checks that the city have paid. And so that's just that. So far payments are going well. Any discussion on those two items?
I do have one.
Yeah.
Lawyers swear. They have Park and Rec signings. Correct? That should be- It's a Bessie Trust. But where does the city officially own it? Property. I assume it is.
I think they manage it, right?
Yeah, they incorporate the trustee.
They're the trustee, manage it. Park and Rec makes all decisions on what happens there, correct? Commissioner?
The mayor is signing it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We're up to payment of invoices. The first one is for Steve Associates. Remember, he does all the code and fire consulting for us, so that the city didn't have to do it. And any questions? Amy, you want to say anything about Joe? Probably the best one in the state.
Yes, and he even met with us in person because he had to be local, so that worked out very well. He was able to explain his findings to the local officials, Kevin Gillette and Ed Casetta. So they were comfortable signing off with us.
The meeting, I was there. The meeting took 5 minutes and
The
conversation took an hour.
45.
45, yeah. So that's why Mario and I would like to be there whenever anybody goes.
Back to the retainers. Maybe I missed it, but that's 12.3%. The whole is 640.
Right, it's supposed to be 15,
Oh, 50.
11, right?
11. It's supposed to be 11.
11.
The whole.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Sometimes they give us more and sometimes they give us less. I can't figure them out.
So, but when you add total it up, it's about 12%.
Right.
But each individual might be different.
Correct.
The statute is 11. Right, correct. Yeah, it is 11.
They gave us 77 on
Oh,
one.
wow.
Have a motion to pay Prestige Associates $46,500.
So moved.
Fiona, have a second?
Second.
Gary? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next one is Innovative Engineering Services. They're our commissioning agent. Remember, had to be signed by the city alone. Have a motion to pay Innovative Engineering $2,424.
So,
Second, Donna. Discussion?
I have to
Yes.
abstain from this vote.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna abstain from this vote.
Okay. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Next one, Construction Solutions, their monthly payment of $19,534.40. Have a motion to approve.
So
Who's that? Robin? Oh, Fiona?
whoever-
I'll second.
Robin, sorry. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Next one, ONG. Remember, this is their extended pre-construction services, $17,246. Have a motion to approve that. A second. Gary? Any discussion? All in favor? Next one is Slam on their annual, their contract. $80,475 that's listed. The document. Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Does that, Robin and Gary?
It was Arnie.
Armand, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye, opposed? Last one, Slam, that was their payment for the pre-detail. Have a motion to approve. Second? Second, Armand. Discussion? All in favor? Okay. Comments for the good of the order, Laurel?
I'm good.
Doug?
I'm good.
Donna?
Good.
Okay. Case?
I'm good.
Guys?
Nice to be back.
What?
Nice to be back.
Yes. Any? Six thirty. Good quick point.
Yeah.
Amy, you want to give an update of your meeting the other day, yesterday, with the state?
Sure. So we had another 3 or 4 hour meeting. This was a follow-up to the PCR meeting that was July 8th. We went through all of the checklist items that were outstanding. And we came away with some new items. For example, the state now wants the project to be tallied in separate budgets for the school and central office. So Karen is going to separate the budget estimate that we had put together that was combined as they told us to do at the previous one. And that also meant that I have some changes to make to some of the documentation that they require. So there's a little summary of the work and there's a uniformat description of the work for the project that I know I was able to just do 2 separate ones for the school and the central office. It's tedious, but not impossible work. There were a couple of things that we were waiting on. I received today a letter from Ed Pacetta for his approval of the fire lane. And we are in progress waiting for the state to review the sole source requests. And we anticipate that those will be approved. I know today that Kermit was actually reviewing them, so that's a good thing because we sent them in May, but proof of life today, we sent some questions about them. So it's in progress. We know the design team that ONG would like to go out to bid next week, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
And So we're doing our best to get everything approved before then.
Just let me know a day in advance, because I have to go DAS website.
Yes. Is it not the same scenario where we can go out to bid, or your documents just aren't to that point yet? We could go out to bid, same thing?
No,
No.
we can't go out to bid until we get a letter from them allowing us to go out to bid. That letter will have some qualifications, in particular qualification for OSTA. But because we know we're not gonna have that administrative approval yet.
Mhm.
So again, that letter will say, you're approved to go out to bid, but you're not allowed to contract with anyone until that
Right.
approval is obtained. Other than that, we don't expect any
Do
qualifications.
we know what the OSTA timetables are? I mean, we can get that before October, September, October?
We hope so. I mean, yes, we're pushing and we know that they actually did a site visit recently, so our, you know.
Is that typical?
A site visit?
No, the waiting and everything
Oh, it's typical to wait, yes.
for, I mean, everything you're doing, this is typical standard procedure for a project. It's nothing different that
There's
they're,
a 7-page checklist with 50 or something items, and no matter how many times you do it, there's always something.
They forget the second meeting, what they said on the first meeting.
So what is the impact on the project if we can't go out to bid next Wednesday?
Then we'll go out to bid on Thursday. I mean, we will
Just-
go out as soon as possible.
The last published schedule that we did, what was our target bid date? Oh, you mean previous to the one? You issued one just this week. Yeah, that was, there's about a 10-day push. What we received this, we're hoping to get the OSCG approval just after the July 4th holiday in that week. So we're about 10 days off of where we had hoped to be.
But we didn't even have our meeting with them.
Your second, we had our first one.
We had our first meeting with
June 8th.
That's right.
Right, so we were expecting 7, 8, like a month, right? Right. So to answer your question about impact, the phase 2 site work contractor is looking to put boots on the ground on October 15th. If we can improve on that, then that would be great. But going through a bid cycle that begins on the 20th and then works through 5 weeks of bid, 1 week to bring it back to this committee, get through contracting, get boots on the ground. We still have about a 5 to 7 day flow, as we like to call it.
It's a public meeting. I don't want it to be misunderstood that OSTA is behind. OSTA, we know, got it late. So just so somebody doesn't pick it up and OSTA hears that it was misunderstood, OSTA, it's not them. The state does things. The other issue, the other part of the state, but it's not OSTA. We need to make sure that we're on their side.
Also, there are about 34 packages that we want out to bid.
Right. A lot.
Yeah.
A lot of packages.
Maximum of 2 allowances per package. Heard that yesterday. I
Reminds me
think
of that.
They, 37
is all I have. So
they
do the math.
accepted it.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
We still haven't approved them yet.
Any other
Well, it's not
questions?
in anybody's court, but OSCG and then a couple of things that still have in your court and Karen's ability to resubmit that budget document.
Anything else, Amy?
No.
Any more questions for Amy?
Is there a reason why you think they're breaking out the central office?
Did they, what?
Hide stuff in there?
No.
And they're both getting 85% reimbursement.
Right, I know.
And it's crazy.
They're following the guidelines as if you're getting 50% of your usual.
Yeah, that's so they
can send
you a separate memo changing the reimbursement rate.
Yeah.
Because originally they wanted us to do one.
No,
We
I know.
did. And they're both getting reimbursed 85%. Nobody has spoken to Michelle Dixon to tell them that we're getting 85%. It's crazy.
So they don't want the cost of that to be inclusive steel structure.
So, yeah.
Everything
so-
you have to take a percentage of it.
Yeah, so, and we'll go through that too, as far as the evaluable projects is, to what level is all that information broken down, just a schedule of values thing, but I think we do have to make sure we have things broken down. So we'll go over that.
Because when I submitted that, it was like only 3.8 million was construction. And then we had the percentage, it was 2.96%, 2.76%. Figured it out. But they're both getting 85%, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. But,
What's the latest on supply chain? Feeling better? Things like that.
No, again, depends on who you talk to. It's still, people even now, like one roofer will say, I've got some material to do that. Other people say it's 10 months out. You know, I think we have headed off some of the things of this enabling work, right? I mean, obviously there's some things within the enabling work that are being worked out currently with some procurement that is being rolled out. But, and the pre-detailing of the steel and rebar is a plus. And then, I mean, this is a large building. It is gonna take some time to get to those next, where that's a real issue. We have smaller projects where from starting to putting a roof and everything on is 3 or 4 months. It's tough, but here we have.
What's the overlap between foundation work and steel? I mean, you don't wait till all the foundations are done. A third of the building, or
By area, right?
Yeah.
I
by
couldn't
those
give you any
areas that
specific
you
without
broke out.
diving into the schedule, but I think it's closer to 2/3 of foundations are ready for steel.
Yeah.
Before the steel mobilizes.
Right. So it's not pacing.
Right.
I want the next.
Right,
person
right
to
up,
pace.
right up to that.
Gotcha.
All right, are the subs? I don't know how the state works, but if the subs want to order the materials now,
They have been, nobody's been.
once the contract is awarded, it's awarded, can the electrician put in for stored material?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In our contract, yeah.
Ours allows for them to.
We have requirements, we ask for a UCC statement, insurance certificate, proof, all that stuff.
Securitization, the photographic evidence. But yes, part of our contract with the city and with the trades allows for stored material.
just on July 30th, you know, there's a giveaway, right? Backpack. We also have a table for the union's gonna be there, so hopefully residents who come can sign up for apprenticeship programs or their kids.
That big turnout usually.
And you should give away 1,000.
Yeah, Barrico gives Barrico and Cal, it's their initiative. that They work on events, back to school, people up, so we have a lot of families. It's a lot of foot traffic, so that'd be good.
9 to 12, that's July 30th. July 30th, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Great.
Thanks to John and his guys for getting the sign moved and the fence posts are up and they appear most of the street.
Good.
Thank you.
So we'll get the new MOU for our board meeting for Monday.
Right, as soon as he gives me the changes.
Just for a future meeting, could we get an update from CSG? Because I think they're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but I got a lot of people questioning to me as what their role is, because we're always hearing from SLAM and OMG, so just, you know, just an update, because I know that they work a lot with you guys, but I don't think people really understand what their role is. I think it would be helpful for the public.
I'm on the phone with, well, everybody every day, or twice a day. Mario. So, yeah. Robin, anything?
No, thank you.
Ally?
Okay.
John, anything?
If the sign shorts out, I didn't wire. And just to clarify, you don't need someone from ONG report at that meeting on Monday, right? When you
No.
go down those things.
Yeah.
You just have to be there on 6:30 city council. Yeah, okay.
We'll be there.
So do you have, we don't have we have those big renderings at City Hall. Do you have anything like that?
We have huge maps of John Hughes.
I like those to be near Joe's booth, right? Because
Oh,
people,
yeah.
you know, you think people are making a connection between the new school and the union being there. But I like
But
to
I
make it more
think, didn't we
clear.
give some to the high school? The rendering of the pictures?
Yes,
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna pick them up on that Friday the 19th.
they're in the front case, I think, right now.
Okay. The Friday 19th.
I've actually gotten some requests for some classes that are doing reunions that want to put one up at the reunion in the
Oh, great.
fall, 3 of them.
Great.
4 cases, one, this way.
So they need, you mean,
They're just looking for
One sign.
something to display at the reunion.
can they share it, or do you want 3 separate?
No, it's different dates. So
Okay,
I'll just deliver it and then pick it up after their reunion.
so we'll do like the front entrances or something.
Yeah, I think they just kind of want to
Yeah,
get
okay.
their alumni excited about the project.
We don't know when the next meeting is because we've got to wait for the going out to bid and everything, so be in August.
And
Yeah.
anyone,
I'm sorry.
for good of the order, anyone?
Oh, Kemp, anything? How's your show? What's that? Okay.
Also, thank you. Good to see you all.
Karen, anything?
I'm all
Karen,
set, thank you.
okay. Have a motion to adjourn.
So
Second. Second, Gary, at
6:20.